Hello to all. Welcome to your horror channel MJM. Today I am with you to tell you a scary story of Venom, a story that brings news of terrible events to Eddie and Venom and forces them to fight for survival. So please stay with me. The tremors started suddenly, a nervous twitch in the city that sent shivers down Eddie Brock's spine. Not an earthquake, but something deeper, more primal. A disquiet that resonated not just in the concrete jungle, but within the alien symbiote, Venom, bonded to his very being. News reports blared of sinkholes opening worldwide, spewing forth an unnatural black ooze that pulsed with an eerie violet light. It spread like a malignant cancer, the tendrils reaching out, swallowing buildings whole. Panic erupted, the earth shook with screams and the acrid stench of decay. Eddie knew, Venom knew. This wasn't some random disaster, this was an invasion. Their worst fears materialized atop the Empire State Building, a colossal oozing mass of the same violet ichor pulsing with a malevolent intelligence. It spoke in a chorus of voices, each one a tortured scream, each one promising power beyond measure. It was Null, the god of symbiotes, his rival heralded by his monstrous spawn. The fight was a symphony of terror. Venom, usually the aggressor, found himself on the defensive, his tendrils meeting the invading symbiotes head-on in a grotesque ballad of teeth and claws. The violet ooze burned at his touch, corrupting his edges, whispering insidious promises of power if he joined the hive mind. Eddie screamed, his own voice lost in the cacophony as Null's influence threatened to overwhelm him. Visions flashed, a Venom bathed in the violet hue, a ruler of a world consumed by darkness, a king amongst the corrupted symbiotes. It was a seductive prospect, the weight of responsibility lifted, replaced by unbridled power. But then he saw them. Faces flashed in his mind, and Wayne, his ex-finance, the only one who truly understood him. Flash Thompson, his childhood friend, a beacon of loyalty in a chaotic world. The kindness of their simple lives, the warmth of coffee shared on a rainy morning, the quiet camaraderie in a world gone mad. A spark of defiance ignited within him, a flicker of life against the encroaching darkness. It wasn't just about Eddie, it was about the countless lives Null would consume. With a roar that shook the very city, Venom channeled his rage. Not just his own, but the collective will of humanity, their fear and defiance twisted into a weapon. It wasn't a blinding light, but a fierce, burning defiance. It pulsed with a raw, primal energy, anathema to the corrupted symbiotes. Null recoiled, the invading swarm momentarily losing momentum, but Eddie knew this was just the beginning. Null wouldn't be easily defeated. Venom may have repelled the first wave, but the city was in ruins. The scars of the battle etched deep, a chilling reminder of the horror they had faced. As the first rays of dawn painted the ravaged skyline with hues of orange and red, Eddie clutched his chest, Venom's tendrils pulsing weakly. He wasn't sure what the future held. Null was out there, waiting, and Eddie knew the next attack would be stronger. But he also knew one thing, he wasn't alone. And Flash and others were alive, their resilience mirroring his own. They would rebuild, they would fight back. He looked down at his hand, the symbiote pulsating with a renewed, fierce light. This wasn't just his last dance, it was the beginning of a war. A war for the very soul of the planet, and Venom, the scarred protector, would stand his ground. He would fight, not just for himself, but for the flickering embers of humanity, a defiant dance against the encroaching darkness. Thanks guys for taking the time to watch the Venom horror video. If you enjoyed today's scary story, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and write your comments. And I leave you to the great God until Thursday.